Alright, I know it took a while for me to get started. My bad, my bad, my bad. But look, we started now. We started. Alright, let's get into this stock market recap and stock market analysis. Today is September 4th. We got one more day this week to the September 5th. Yeah, it's been interesting, man. Y'all know it was a short week because of Labor Day. It's been interesting. I'm not gonna lie. It could have been kind of a difficult week to trade a little bit for some. Um, but it's fine though. I mean, we still got plenty of opportunities if we didn't weren't able to trade. Me personally, that first day, that Tuesday, I had to just kind of sit in my hand a little bit. I did catch me some longs, but I had to sit on my hands a little bit just because of how we opened and everything. But really, other than that, let's go ahead and jump into these trades. I mean, into the market. The chart. My bad. Now, look, y'all. I just woke up this morning 'cause it's 3 a.m. I just woke up this morning, got on TradingView, and look at this that I had found out, y'all. I don't know if they just did it today, but it sent me a notification. It might have been had, it might have didn't, so I don't know. But as y'all can see, if we come over here to the side, it has this. Oh, well, actually, I gotta move it over because y'all can't. Let's see. And yes, that's me on the pic. All right, let's see. Can y'all see that? Let's see. All right, right here. Move it over some more. Right here on the right side, if y'all can see, it's like this square with a lot of dots in it, and it says products. If you click on that, you can go down to right here, the third one on the list. Well, it's the third one on mine. So I don't know if it's the third on yours, but it said calendars. And when you click on that, check this out. It pulls up the economic calendars. Pulls up the economic calendars. So now we are able to see what news is coming out on what days. You can change. This is like how important it is. So I guess if you put it on the first one, it'll just be all the news, like one through three. And three being the highest. Um, then you can click on it, switch it to just three in general. I don't know if we can put it two because mine just only show me all or three, but you can put it on the highest impact. It got the dates, so like Tuesday, the only three-star news we got is right here, PMI at 9. Wednesday 9 jokes. Today, which is the fourth, PMI 9. Tomorrow we got two three-star news. Um, and then it also shows you the actual forecast, the prior year, and show you all that at the same time also. And if you also notice, I got it on All American or USA. You can go, where was it? I think it's here. Category? No, might be right here. Where was it? Country? Yeah, you can go to countries and you can put a filter on and choose what countries you want. I just want to be USA, and you just apply it. Um, then also they got the earnings. They got the earnings calendar also, so you can see all the earnings. Right now, oh, never mind. Because at first earlier when I was on here, I guess because I didn't have this expanded. It was like condensed. Because I didn't see the name. It didn't show me the name. It just showed me the symbols. But now it shows the name. I was going to say it might be a way to show the names, but I see the names now. But they got that where you can see the earnings that's coming out for the day. And then look, as y'all can see, it got like a red flag. That's because it's on my watch list with the red flag. So I guess if you got certain ones on your watch list, it'll tell you like, hey, if you flag them, it'll say, hey, this is you already got this stock. So yeah, I said that's kind of cool though. When I was looking at it, it was kind of cool. Then well, I also seen this too. I don't know if this might have been on here, but I see where it says options and build your own strategy. I seen that they got where you can kind of like expect what the delta and stuff like that can be. Theta on a contract, you can choose a price, the strike price. You can choose expiration dates, and you can see exactly what the numbers that come out to be. I said that's kind of cool too. I like that. Um, maybe eventually they get where you can. I don't know if they got, but I don't think they do. Where you can like, you know how we can do paper trading on here, but we can just press buy and sell on screen. Maybe they get where you can do it like with actual options, so you can get the feel of options and stuff. Um, but yeah, now let me get into the chart. I just wanted to show y'all that because it was kind of cool that we had the economic calendar. So maybe that'll help with our leg because I'm gonna start trying to use that calendar instead, and start using that calendar instead, and just do it based off of that instead of going to a different website and stuff. But now let's go ahead and get into these charts. We're gonna hide the drawings for now, but we're going so we can just look at everything. All right. So, like we said, coming into this week, we were supposed to be what bullish. We was like, hey, we swept that high, but we failed to close above the high last week. Um, so we can expect what some type of pullback before trying to come back up. Um, which is literally it did a pullback, but it really was like it just gapped down, and that was the big pullback. Um, so it's like, hey, we still green candle, so we still supposed to say we're bullish, but we can expect the pullback to come first. That's what we said. And what ended up happening? Gap down and kind of pulled back a little bit, but then that's when we start moving up. So currently on the weekly, we kind of like okay, it's look like we're gonna have a green week, but we still probably gonna be bullish unless like PMI and all that other stuff still can come out and drop us all the way down. But it's looking like we want to have a green week. I still expecting the highs to come get retested. Really, I want to see what we can do around this 645, 646 range because like whenever we got a big week, I look at it as potential resistance. So just right here, that's where that week starting at that 45.30 up to 48, 648. So soon to get to that 645.30, I want to see what we do, and we already getting close to it. But once we get there, I want to see if we can push past, like at least push up to like that 48, 49. Because if we fail again, we come up there and touch it and fail again, it can drop. It can drop. We can see a huge rejection. Now the monthly, we did say it did close past, so that is continuation. Which it look like it's doing. It look like it's just going straight up for now. Now let's go to the daily. This where a lot of confusion was coming in, and we had to be patient. Um, on the daily, we did have some interesting things happen. We did have one of our major levels had got broken. Um, as we can see, we this right here, what this high was, 46.50. So yeah, so we made our higher high, right? We had this level marked out for hey, we don't want to see the market get below here, right? We had that marked out earlier this week. Um, and we was like, hey, we looking for this to be potentially the new higher low. We said, hey, if this break, we gotta sit on our hands because it broke our setup. We gotta sit back, readjust, look at everything. So once this broke on in the pre-market, I seen it had broken the pre-market on Tuesday. I was like, man, honestly, I'm probably not gonna trade because I want to see if we can close green or not before I get in, get in a trade. So we opened up, we gapped up down here, um, and I just waited. Like I said, I ended up scalping some longs, and it was a nice trade, real nice trade. I had I had one ES long, and 2 MES long, and I caught a nice trade on Tuesday. Um, but yeah, so and that was only because once this broke and I seen the gap, I deleted that level. I deleted that level, came back to the daily, and as y'all can see, when I came on the daily, I seen this level here. I'm like, okay, we got our high, low, high, low. I was like, we made another high, and another high, low, but we broke this one. I was like, well, maybe we trying to respect this one. And I just so happened to see, hey, we had this fair value gap sitting right here. So I marked the fair value gap up. I was like, hey, if we can close inside it, then that means we probably were trying to respect this low down here. And that's what we did. We closed inside it. I was a little upset with myself. I was like, man, I had, because this is what happened, y'all. SPY. I bought SPY. Um, but I bought it so out the money. That what made me sell it, and I was a little upset. I bought SPY 648 longs on Tuesday, but it was already a short week, and I was like, man, I don't know if I'm overpaying for it, so I'm just gonna go and sell it. You know why it's moving up a little bit. So I sold it the same day I bought it, like, cause I got in it when I got in them loans on ES, but it came up and I sold it. Honestly, I should have held it, cause like I said, when I had this daily gap, that was my fault. Cause once I was in the trade, I didn't come back to the daily. If I would have came back to the daily and noticed, like, hey, we might be closing inside this fair value gap, and y'all know my rule. In closing the gap, I expected to what? Go to the other side of the gap. So honestly, I could have held it at least to the other side of the gap, but I didn't. I didn't hold it. I sold it a little bit prematurely because, like I said, I bought it to September 5th, so I had it for literally the whole week. And now that's rare. I usually don't even do that for SPY contracts. I usually buy them 1 or 2 days. I bought it for the whole week because I was just like, man, I know we finna go up. Yeah, we gapped down, but I just know we going back up. um, so yeah, so like I said though, I had to mark out this low. I seen that gap. I was like, okay, we got another gap that this can still hold as our, protection to keep us from going down to this new higher low. I mean, this higher low. So our first plan, the plan 8, got canceled. Like we said, it took that low when it gapped down, so we had to delete. That's what you gotta do. You gotta delete that low if it get taken out, and then you gotta reassess, look at everything, make sure it's not switching bearish on you. All right. So, like I said, this was a little tricky because when it gapped down, I was not expecting the gap down. Like I said, I was looking for this to be that higher low, but so I had, like I said, I got caught off guard a little bit. Um, then Wednesday came. Once I seen this closing here, I was like, I do expect us to go to the other side of the gap. But when I seen Wednesday pre-market, I think we was gapped up. Yeah, we was gapped up above it. So I was like, we gapped up above it. I don't know if we want to just straight run or will we want to come back and pull back some because this what was getting me on Tuesday, and I was a little frustrated. And I did lose on Tuesday, y'all. I'm gonna keep it 100%. Tuesday, I had one real good trade. I should have walked away. Um, I had a real nice trade. Took a long, nice trade. But I ain't gonna lie, I was so bullish that it wasn't. I'm gonna say that it wasn't a bad trade. I just held it a little too. I just held too long. Stayed bullish too long. I should have just let the market wait a second and let it recover again. But um, like I was saying, I went long, right? But this was in my head in the pre-market. Like I was like, hey, if we open up here, one or two things gonna happen because the market usually don't like leaving gaps. I said, one, either it's gonna leave a gap and it's gonna shoot straight up, and we're gonna come straight up to this 48. Or I was like, man, we might come up some, but we might come back down to try to make sure we don't have a gap left behind. Because if y'all ever notice, like looking over here at these counts, usually these counts what connect with each other. Sometimes you got gaps, but usually these candles at least overlap some type of way. It may not overlap in the bodies, but they overlap some type of way. But then you get some instances where you get the gaps. So I was like, do I expect this to really be a gap? But I was like, I don't know. And literally, I was in my loans. Should have left it. I mean, I should have got out when I had a chance. Um, it ended up coming all the way down, all the way down. I'm like, man, I was like, man, we definitely supposed to go up, right? Yeah, let me go to the 1 hour for y'all so y'all can see it. But I was like, we definitely supposed to keep going up. So, and I wasn't in SPY, I was in ES, y'all. So I'm gonna show y'all ES, but I caught this first part moving up. This is what it was. I caught this whole thing going up, y'all. Caught this whole thing move up. I should have left it there. Should have left there, but I didn't. Um, and honestly, I didn't move. No, I had one trade. Then I got back in. 'Cause I was once it shot up like that, made that higher high. I got in again, and that's where it messed me up, y'all. That would have messed me up. Like I should have just left it alone after I won this trade. Um, cause like I said, I was in a one. I was in I was in one ES, but the ES one I didn't get into like right here. But I was in a MB. I was in two MESs all the way down here. Held it all the way up there till it broke these highs. Sold. Then, like I said, I ended up getting back in. Where even when I got back in, it's not bad to get back in because yes, we made a higher high, and I was like, hey, I'm expecting the higher low to get made. I kind of should have just waited to see if we can stop somewhere up here. Like once that first hourly red came, um, I should have just waited because I had got in. 'Cause I was like, okay, it closed past. That's my continuation sign. So I do expect us what to take this previous candle high, which we did do. So it did do. Like I could have still closed for profit because we did come swing for that high. But literally, soon we swung for that high, we just flushed, and I didn't sell once we took that high. 'Cause I was trying to see if we can, push past it. So that was my fault, like I said, cause when I was in the trade and I was looking, I said, dang, it already swept the high. And I was like, man, it did its job. It did what it was supposed to do, cause technically that's the continuation. We closed above the candle, the previous high, right? And then all we need, all that once what a continuation pattern tells me is we gonna beat the most recent high. So what's the most recent high? Is this green candle high. But what happened next? We beat that high. So we did what it's supposed to do, but it just slammed. And when it slammed like that, I just was like so hold like I was like, no, we gonna come back up. And we didn't come up. So when we slammed down here, I was like, okay, well, this supposed to be my stop loss, right? So I was like, let me add some MES positions. So I added some MES positions. And that's the thing, y'all. That's what one of my biggest things that I make mistakes on is when I'm up nicely, like literally this one trade right here, I was already up 1,000. Just right here, y'all. And I usually don't like telling my amounts, but I was up 1,000 just off of this one trade early. So once I was up so much, I was like, okay, if you go down to $800 or $700, just leave it alone for the day. And sometimes it's like if I be up too early, like if I get up real quick, sometimes I don't stick to my rules. I'll be like, no, I know I'm right. It's early. I can make 4,000 a day. That's how I be doing sometimes, y'all, and it be frustrating. I ain't gonna lie. That's why sometimes I do like when my trades take a long time, cause if it take to 11 o'clock, I be so fatigued that I don't even want to stay in the trade, and I win. Once I won my trade, I don't even try to keep trading. I be like, oh yeah, I'm good. Or once I stayed in until like 10 o'clock. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good for the day. But when it happened in the first hour, sometimes I'd be like, man, I'm already up 1,000. I can keep going. That's how I be looking at it for some reason. Um, but yeah, like I said, I was already up. Like I said, I had got in the ES right here, so that would kind of kill me a little bit. Got in the one ES, And when it came down here, it basically took all my profit that I made. I was like only up 300 by the time it came back down here. So I sold that ES one. No, I kept the ES one because I said, hey, this is my supposed to be my stop loss. So literally, if it came down, I was gonna be in the negative. Um, which it did. I ended up being in the negative. But I also, like I told you, I added MESs right here. So I would not only I was in the negative from the ES, I was negative from my MESs. So once this low got taken, I sold my ES because that's supposed to be my stop loss. Like, all right, we gotta cut it. Gotta cut it. That's your stop loss. You gotta cut it. But I kept the MESs. I'm supposed to still cut my MESs, but I was like, man, I'm fine with being a little down for the day. I still expect us to go up. So I still expect us to go up, and these MESs can at least maybe be $200 in the positive. So I was like, I'm just gonna hold my MES. Um, and I said I was gonna hold my MESs till we get here. If we break this low, then I'm just gonna get out. And literally that what happened. We broke the low. I had to get out, man. I had to get out. And literally, I didn't even notice this hourly fair value gap at that moment because I was so frustrated with this. I didn't even pay attention to these gaps. The whole time it came, tested this fair value gap. Y'all see it failed to close below. Man, on the last hour it pushed back because I was just like, man, what the heck going on? I know we supposed to go up. I'm like the whole day I'm telling myself like, man, we supposed to be going up. What's going on? The whole day. Like at the beginning we did what I said, but this right here I was confused. I'm like, why the heck we going down? Like we supposed to keep moving up. But we ended up pushing on the last literally it wasn't even the last hour. It was like the last 5 minutes or so. Let's see. Cause they was playing. Look, really no, it was what? What's that? Like the last 30 minutes. Last 30 minutes, man. They gonna shoot up crazy. And I seen it too. At the end of the day, I was getting my notifications was going off crazy. I'm like, what the? I go look. I said, look, they did that last hour. They love doing that out of nowhere. The last little 30 minutes and shoot straight up. But yeah, like we said, the daily it was a little rough, y'all. It was real rough this week. Like I said, Monday was nice though. I mean Tuesday was nice. I had went ahead and took my trade, got out, and left it alone. Wednesday was the day I should have did the same thing. Once I got my trade, just leave it alone. But I didn't. I try to keep trading because it happened so quick. I was like, let me keep trading. And then once I kept trading, cut my profits, ended up getting the red day. So um, but yeah. So now, what we looking at, y'all? What we looking at? What we expecting? We did all that recap. And it wasn't even supposed to be a recap, honestly. But what we expecting? Like we said, Wednesday. I mean, on the weekly, we posted did a pullback. Now we should be, pushing up. And that's what like we're doing. We pulled back because we failed. This was not a continuation candle. We pulled back, failed it, right? We pulled back because we failed to do the continuation. Now it look like we're starting to push up. Now we got to see, hey, can we push and close past this high again? This high of what's this candle high? 646.50. Can we close past there? That's the question. If we come test it. If we don't come test it yet, then it's fine. But if we come tap 646.50, we gotta close past it to continue going higher. Um, gotta close past it. So if I actually, we're gonna set an alert so we just know, hey, this that level right there. All right. But if we looking at the daily, what I'm expecting, looking at the daily, what I'm expecting on SPY is what we just were saying. I'm expecting to see us push up still. As we can tell, we got, like we said, this is our higher low that is trying to respect. We got the daily fair value gap to protect it. We just closed above it, so this is the breakout of the daily fair value gap. Now we could see potential retest if we get a red candle coming in the mix. Um, honestly, I don't think we're going to see the retest yet. I think we're gonna just push up. Um, I don't think we getting that retest. Like, yeah, it can do it with the green counter, but I'm talking about with like a red counter coming in the mix. Cause y'all know I don't count the retest until it's like this. Like it gotta be green, red, then that's the retest. If it's not a red, I don't count it as the retest, even if it comes weak back down. Um, so like I said, we got the breakout right now. This gap, I expect us to at least push up to around this range right here, this 646 area. Cause as we can see, actually we can see almost every time we come above here, we at least come up to the 646 area. Right here was the only exception that we didn't go up there to it, but it looked like we finna gap above it when we open up. But every other time, when we got a green candle, we came up to 646. Green candle came up to 646. Green candle came up to 646. So I'm expecting the same thing. Come up to 646. I want to see if we can actually close past it this time, though, because each time we got up here, we didn't close past it. We came right back down, as y'all can see. Right here was the first time we closed past it, and it pushed up to them highs. So I want to see what we do when we get up here. So basically, it's this, y'all. Basically, it's like this. I want to see what we do when we get up here. Can we break past this resistance? And I'm gonna delete this because y'all know I ain't gonna have these boxes on top of each other. But this is what I'm looking at. I want to see if we can break past here. So basically that 646 level is key for me. 646.10 basically is the key level for me. I want to see once we get up there, can we close past it? Because we can close past it, then like I said, we either can retest and go higher, or we could just do what this one did, just go straight up, to them all-time highs. But I definitely expect us to get up to that 646 area. Um, definitely expecting that. And like we said, hey, it just made this green counter, so the market is telling us, hey, we done. This red counter told us, hey, we looking for a low. Like we said, we never know. It can be a lower low, or it could be a higher low. And what happened? It made a lower low. But then the green counter told us, hey, what? The market is looking to move back up. We're looking for highs now. Now, like we said, we don't know. It can be a lower high, so it could, boom, turn red and we start going to a downtrend. Or it can be a high, and it can lead us all the way up to this all-time high. Um, but I definitely expect us to go to 46. Now that's where, hey, we might can see our first red candle if we can't push through. You know, we might see our first red daily candle after we test it, and it can be okay, red. Then we might be consolidating after that, or it can switch to a downtrend. Then you never know. Um, but that's my target. At 646 is my target for now, and I want to see what it does when it gets there. At 646 flat. Um, that's pretty much it though. I mean, yeah, of course, this is my main target is the highs, but I'm just saying that's my key level. 646 is my key level. I want to see what it does when it get there. We're gonna put a white line there. We're gonna put a white line there just so we can know that's that major level we're looking for. All right, that's that major level. Um, and like we said, we're still bullish. We're following this uptrend still. Yes, we see bearish sentiment because we did make a lower low, but as long as we can, you know what I'm saying, continue to make green candles, I'm not ready to get in them shorts yet. Once a red candle come in the mix, then I might, okay, let me try to think about them shorts because the last thing we did was make a lower low. But we in these greens is telling us to keep looking for highs. All right. So now let's go clean up my ES chart. I know it's probably dirty, looking crazy. We're gonna clean it up some. Look at ES. And y'all, I am upset. Guess what, y'all know Sunday what I said I was supposed to do, y'all. I was mad. I ain't mad, but I'm like, dang, I missed the whole trade that I've been waiting on. Remember Sunday we said we was supposed to go over gold. We did not go over gold. And what gold did this week? Break out that range and go to all-time highs, y'all. I swear it be like if you gotta be on it when it comes to this trading stuff, you gotta be on it, man. You gotta look at them charts because at any moment anything can break out. Something that you've been with, like you can be sitting there and be like, man, I'm gonna just wait. I ain't gonna be looking at this chart. Then next thing you know, you gonna look at the chart now and it broke through every single level in 2 days, and you be like, what the heck? This chart been sitting here for a whole 2 months consolidating. And in 2 days, it just shot so crazy that I ain't even get no chance to get in. I be like, boy, so you gotta be on them charts, man. You gotta be watching. Got to be watching. Let's delete these drawings right here though, cause we got it on spy. We just gonna delete it for ES. Now my ES, same thing happened with ES, y'all. But y'all know this is a whole continuation. So this one was a little bit more since it was all continuation. Cause like I said, spy it gapped down. ES we didn't gap now because it's all one continued thing. So if you trade in this live, it's a little bit more. It was a little bit more challenging to recognize that it was finna try to respect this for right. I mean this low because you just seeing hey we swept the low. It look like shorts. You just see that versus on spy you seen the gap so it's gonna make you go to the daily. Where ES you might be trading live, you ain't coming back to the daily to look at the whole big picture. You just looking at hey we just took this low that we ain't supposed to take, and we close past it. That's all you see. But on ES, if we look, and like I said, I had to adjust my charts because I was like, okay, they took my low. Let me see if where the next low was at. I found that one. I did mark up this gap, but I see it. Mark this gap up, y'all. This gap was the one that's got respected. Y'all see that? We tried to push below. We did push below real hard. We got real hard, but we ended up pushing all the way back inside the gap. So that shows strong support. We push back inside, then we what? Close outside. Y'all see that? We close outside it. So we got the first break back out. We're looking for the same thing right here. Break. This was the break counter. This right here gave us a sign that hey, we finna do our retest. We did our retest, and if the retest was good, we didn't close inside it. And what we did, break the previous high. So we got to break again. If we ever get a red candle and do our retest and don't close inside, what we supposed to do? Beat the previous high. All right. But we do got the break right now. We do got the break right now. We just gotta wait until the market says the market tells us, hey, we ready to come do a retest. And that's when we'll see a daily red candle. Okay? Um, kind of same thing as SPY. That key level that we're trying to see us break past on ES is right here. 6502.50. That's that key level. That's that major level we gotta see. Actually, it might be a little bit lower. My bad, y'all. I think it's right here. Y'all know, like I said, ES is a continuation, where SPY is it closed, so it ain't gonna have all these wicks. I think this is the level right here for ES. 64.96.25. I think that's the level. Let me see. We close green, we go up there every time. Close green, go up there. Close green, go up there. Yeah, that's the level. 64.96.25. That's our key level right there. When we get up there, we want to see our daily candle close past there if we want to go straight to the all-time highs. If it get up there and they can't close past there, that don't mean that they can't still come back up, but it's definitely gonna probably do some type of pullback and then go up. Or it can turn to a red candle and then come retest this daily gap. So you gotta be careful when we get up there, y'all. We gotta be careful. But I do expect us to get up there. I'm gonna say that I do expect us to get up there. All right. Um, Like I said, oh yeah, let me pull this up. Let me put this a good time to do this, man. It's a good time to do this. Where is it at? Calendars. Let's see. We got the news coming out. What we got coming out today? We got PMI at 9. So that's the only thing we gotta worry about. 9 PMI come out. I do think it's gonna depending on how the market looking at 9. That's what I'm gonna say. I can see it pushing being what's gonna push us all the way up there. You know, push us up to this 6480s range, 6490s range is that PMI. I can see PMI being the reason we get up there. All right. Um. Other than that, oh, let's go over my swing trade. I am in one swing trade, y'all. I ain't the proudest of it. I was in two of them, but I had cut one, and then the other one I'm still holding. Um, I'm not the. This swing trade was a little iffy because usually I don't like doing a swing trade on a short week, especially when I'm just only doing like 1 week swing trade. So I was hesitant to get in it, but I was like, man, this mug can just explode. So I'm just, I'm just gonna swing it. I'm just gonna swing. I'm gonna just buy it real far out the money. Um, and that's the first one I was in was CrowdStrike, y'all. I was in CrowdStrike, and this the one I had to cut. This the one I had to cut because it just was playing too many games. I had to cut it. It probably still go do what it's gonna do, but I just had to cut it. I was like, nah, I ain't go. I can't play around CrowdStrike. Uh, let me delete this line too, cause this was my key line to see if we can close above or not. So on CrowdStrike, let's delete that. I think CrowdStrike actually had beat my low. That's why I was like, ugh, I don't know if I really want that trade. Cause look, I think it beat that low. What this low was. 404.63. Yeah, it beat that low. And when it swept that low, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just wait. I said I was just gonna wait to see if I want to get in or not. When it swept that low, I had got in. No, actually, no, I'm tripping. My bad, y'all. I got in on Tuesday. I got in on Tuesday. I got in on Tuesday. Um, yeah, because it was when it swept. It was swept. It was a different low. What low was it that it swept? I think it was it when it swept this low right here. Yeah, when it swept this low, I had got in. Got in them loans. Got in loans on CrowdStrike. When I got in them loans on CrowdStrike, I was like, okay, I'm expecting us to, flip green, be a green counter. I want to see us go to 416, 417. Because a green counter, once we swept them lows, the green counter gonna be like, hey, we ready to start shooting back up, potentially to come back, take these highs, and we'll be breaking this major downtrend, which we tried to break out once. You see that? But that retest failed and we end up coming back in. So I was like, okay, second time we break out, we definitely probably gonna, explode, probably actually be the true breakout. Um, so when we sweat that low, I was like, let me get in them loans, right? And which it was a good trade. That's a good trade. Let me get on loans. And I was looking for this to be a green candle right here. So I was looking for it to push all the way back up, turn green. And when it didn't turn green, y'all, yesterday, which was Tuesday, I ended up just closing it. I'm like, man, it's a red candle. Red mean go down. And I really don't. I said, what's the next thing it got to do if it go down? It's gonna take my low out. So I said, let me just go and close it. And it did take the low out, so I was right about that. But it took the low and came right back up and turned green. I said, "Oh my goodness!" I said, "It swept the low and turned green. This is what I wanted to do right here: sweep the low and turn green." But it swept this low and turned green. I said, "Dang, bro!" I was upset. I was upset. But it was like it was cool though, cause yeah, I had to close it. But it wasn't. I'm gonna say this was a B setup right now. It was a B setup. It wasn't an A plus setup. Um, only way it would have been an A plus setup was if it would have swept and turned green for me. Then I would have said A plus right there. But it didn't. So I would. That's why I said I'm not too mad that I had to close. But I am a little mad that I had to close. Cause I do feel like we break out, we get the green candle, man. We might get a green, then a red, then one more green, then it'll be all right gone. Or it could just be one green candle can just lead us straight to them highs. So, but I am expecting these highs to get taken once we see either like I said market structure shift, so a high, low, then higher high, or literally once it get its first green candle, it could just go straight, start moving straight up. Don't even give us no red. Um, so I do see high. I ain't gonna lie, me talking about it now, y'all. I might, if we can get a green candle, possibly closing above 418 to come in this gap. Um, really, possibly above 420, but to be even safer. But close above 418, I might look for another swing of crowd strike, but I might have to take it out a couple of weeks instead of just 1 week. Um, I'm probably gonna do like 3 weeks out. Look for the loans to come up to this 48. Cause I had when I got in here, I got into some crowd strike 450. Cause I was like it's gonna come up to 448. Um, that's my target, you know. And I was like, shoot, it may not do it all in 1 week, but if it comes from if I got in at 409, it come up to 430. That's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. So, um, yeah, man, might see crowd strike squeezing y'all. But if it failed though and it come back down, make a lower low, it's probably gonna just straight dump all the way below that 390s and stuff. But yeah, I had to cut down early. Now the second swing trade I got in y'all was middle. Now, I was a little sick. I kind of got in this one late. I got in this one late. Um, and it's my fault, but it's fine. It's fine. As y'all can see, on metal, it's been moving in a downtrend. Been moving in a downtrend. But I ain't gonna lie. I kind of think this might be the time it's ready to switch to an uptrend. Uh, I had marked this out yesterday. Marked this out yesterday. I said, oh, I see a fair value gap right here inside this fair value gap. So I marked it out. And I looked at it and I said, dang, Tuesday we closed above. So I'm like, because at first I was like, dang, this is a big gap. When I seen this downtrend coming, I said, this is a big gap. Do I really think we finna come all the way to this other side? So I said, let me make sure it ain't no other gaps that, it might reverse it or start consolidating it. And that's when I seen this gap, y'all. And I was like, we closed the outside of it. As long as we don't close inside, if we close back inside, I think we're gonna consolidate and then drop. But I was like, we close outside of it. I don't expect us closing back inside of here. I expect us, either consolidate and then pushing up, breaking these highs at this 760 basically, 758. Or, like I said, if we close back inside here, I expect it to do some consolidation and then eventually drop all the way down. Um, so what I did when we opened up yesterday, Tuesday, and like I said, I just got in this trade. And like I said, I kind of was like, I was a little bit sick. I said, dang, you kind of got in late because if you would have been looking on Tuesday, um, you probably could went on lower time frame, probably got in somewhere down here. Because when the market opened up, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I looked at Meta first. That was the first thing I looked at was Meta. And I said, dang, Meta gapped all the way down here to 425. But I didn't have this fair value gap marked up. Um, I said this dropped to 425. I'm like, bro, I don't really even think Meta going. I think Meta at least come back up to the 430s. And I was thinking about getting in them loans, y'all, but I didn't. I ain't getting. I'm like, it's Tuesday. I mean, it's Tuesday. The market just opened. We had got half a week. I don't want to be overpaying for a contract, so it was smart. But I'm like, dang, probably could have got in. Probably could have got in, but I got in. I got in once we opened up here. I let it pull back some to like 734. Then I got in the loans right there. So, um, but the contract was overpriced. So instead of me getting 750, I was trying to get like 752. That's what I was trying to get, like 750. Yeah, y'all can see what my level is. I was trying to get that them contract. But I had to get 760 contract because I was like, do I really just want to have one big contract or two big contracts, or do I want to have a lot cheaper? It's not cheaper, but you can get a whole way more contract. If you get the 760 ones and you kinda your major level is that 758, I was like, shoot, we can go with the 760. Cause I can, I can trail and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I can trail on like, okay, when we hit this level, this alert, my first alert, I can sell one and two. Hit the top of this, I can sell one and two. Hit here, I can sell two more. Then boom, hit the top, sell all that's left. Versus when you got one big contract or you got two big contracts, it's like, now I gotta kind of let it come at least up to 750. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't want to leave too much money on the table. So, but yeah, I'm in that trade, and we swinging, man, we swinging. Cause I'm at least trying to take it to at least to the seven. Just I say just at least to the top of this fair value by the end of this week. I want to at least see us get to the top of this fair value. If we can't do that, then it is what it is. But that's my least my goal. But if the economic news come out good, you might can see it coming up to the 753, 758 um area. If it can do it all, if the news can do it in this one week. But I do see us heading that direction. But it might be if the news don't push hard enough, it might be next week or the week after that we finally break these highs. Um, but yeah, that's about it. That's the trades that I'm in. Let's see what earnings got. What earnings now? Y'all got to bear with me with these earnings on here. Actually, no, I'm gonna use this still because that's gonna waste time looking at that for right now. So we got Thursday. We got who we said we gonna look out for. Broadcom and Lululemon. So let's go check them out. They aftermarket. Oh, well, we could let's go look at GitLab also. Yeah, let's go look at GitLab first, C3 AI, and then we're gonna look at Lulu and Broadcom. And then look, also y'all, if you come on here to the calendar, right, and you go to the earnings, let me pull it back out. You can just click on it and it'll bring you straight to the chart. So let's go to look for what we said, GitLab. Let's go look for GitLab. That came out yesterday. Dang, I ain't know this many things drop earnings. Cause I'm so used to the Instagram thing, y'all, that uh they be showing just like major stuff. They don't show the small ones. So I don't be knowing it really be that many companies drop. Alright, here go GitLab. Let's look at God, the pre-market drop. Crazy on GitLab. Let's go look at it though. Let me move this out the way. God, that mother drop. Let me delete these lines because these probably lines from 5 months ago. Let's go to the monthly real quick. Monthly GitLab. High, low, lower high, lower low. This potentially could be another lower high. Once that, dang, I swear, y'all, that's why you gotta be on these charts all the time. Cause I about to say, once you get your first red, you should be looking to go short. And what happened? First red, and look at the pre-market, y'all. We already down here. Mm, mm, mm. That was an easy trade right there. That was an easy trade. Cause like I said, look at this, y'all. We had higher high, then we made a low, right? Made this low, made another high, but then we made a lower low, downtrend, downtrend. We got a high, low, lower high, lower low. This actually is a downtrend because it made the lower low. Okay, got that first green. Okay, it's the market telling us we're making a high. If we in a downtrend, we looking for it to be what? A lower high, right? Well, we got our first red candle. Okay. Got our first red candle. We expecting to be a lower high because if it come back above, that's what? Higher high, right? So we supposed to what? Get in them shorts off the first red. Supposed to get in shorts. Stop loss supposed to be what? The top of this high because we not supposed to take this high. If we wanted it, it's supposed to be a lower high to be the downtrend. And we supposed to target what? The lows. It's supposed to be a target. That first red, you supposed to got in. Look what happened. Well, actually, it's supposed to be on right there on the body. Look at this. We already about 50% of the way. Easy trade, man. Easy trade. You already 50% of the way. And that's what? Well, that's a $4 drop on GitLab. Boy, let me see. Matter of fact, I'm finna pull up the contract. Hopefully it don't inflate it right now. I'm just gonna look at 4 out the money or 4 the difference between 4 from in the money to out the money. Y'all, I don't know what I'm saying. Y'all know what. Yeah, look, I'm just looking at the price differences between 4 contracts, 4 strikes. So puts they had. Let's see, 185. That was about right now. Right now on here, you'll be about $200-300 on one contract. So if you spent you spent 110, you up like 360 or so. Well, I mean not 360, 340 or so. So you already almost up $500 on one contract, man. Then let it drop all the way down here. If it really dropped all the way down here, well, you done made you a band that quick off the earnings. We might. Let me see some. Boy, I'm tripping, y'all. Get what? I'm on the monthly. Why y'all ain't tell me I'm on the monthly? I'm on here saying, dang, we just got down here. Technically, we did. Technically, we did gap down, but um, we did gap down as y'all can see. We did gap down, but I'm looking at the dang monthly. Y'all tripping. But that's even better though. That monthly definitely give you more confidence though, because okay, we got the first red on the month, but we supposed to be on the daily though. That was supposed to be on the daily. But that monthly definitely give you more confidence though. But it still gapped down though, regardless. It still got down after the earnings. I expect these lows to get taken though. Right here. Why is it not always on there? Oh no, it was. My bad. It was on there. I thought it was. It's just so far away. I still expect them lows to get taken. I was gonna say let's drop down and see if we can find another potential entry to get in to go and finish it off. But since it got down so hard, oh well, you actually might get you. Dang, we can't get in the pre-market. I was gonna say you probably can get in around here, but we can't get in the pre-market. If it somehow, cause I don't think it's gonna make another high until it come down there. If it somehow can stay right here, you might can get it along. I mean a short and take it. But once it breaks this $42 flat, you might just leave it alone. Well, no, because that's still a nice move. $42 all the way down to 30 cents. That's still a nice move. So you probably can find it. We might can find an entry. Might can find an entry, y'all. As long as you can get ready to get in a short before we come down to 40. If when the market open up and it's already down here to 40, just leave it alone though. Because you gotta think the contracts are already gonna be inflated. Because one, earnings. Two, it got down so much. Like it dropped super hard. So like literally it was at 46 and it's all the way down to 42 already. So it dropped so hard that's gonna inflate it. Um, earnings gonna inflate it. Soon the market open is gonna be inflated. So it's like that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I really once it break below 42, it might be just don't even mess with it because it's just so overpriced. Like if you can somehow can get in before it get below 42, but I think it's gonna be below 42 when the market open. But if you can get in somehow before 42, it get below 42, then yeah, you could take just go ahead and get in short if you want and take it down to that 37. But uh, I just think because it's only 4 o'clock right now. Yeah, it's only 4, so you got long ways before the market open. And I do think we probably gonna already be at like 41 by the time the market open. I don't think it's gonna stay above 42 because in order for it to stay above 42, you either gotta just completely go sideways, or it's gonna have to break one of these highs, which I don't expect it to do. I think we just gonna stay in the downtrend until we get to down to this 47, or at least till we get down to the bottom of this 40. Then it might show some market structure shift, but then it's just still gonna come back and drop. But it still was a man. That was a nice trade though. I ain't gonna lie. Whew, that's why it's so important to do your charts, man. Cause we was talking about earnings, everything. We said get like one of them that we kind of traded before. We ain't even look at it on Sunday, and we would have looked at it on Sunday. Sunday was what? Was Sunday the last day? Friday was 29. Yeah, so Sunday had to be the 31st. So we know this the monthly candle, bro. We could have looked at that monthly candle, seen that dang red, just off it being red for the monthly, boy, and just swung for the whole month. Like, man, this definitely, like we said, we seen lower low. It's gonna be that new lower high once this red came. If it would have broke it, that's fine. Yeah, we would have broke it. We would have took what a $4 stop loss. But you gotta think, get lab contract. But it for a whole month out, it's probably only $100 for one contract for a whole month out. Well, now if you buying at the money, if you buying at the money, it's probably like $200-300, but that still ain't nothing, y'all. $200-300 for a whole month just for it to come try to take this low, and definitely would have took that low. If you would have bought at the money a 300 contract, like we said, that $110 one already up 300. So you got time there about 3, 4. Really, you got times more than three because it got delta and all theta and all that to multiply. So somebody who bought a $300 contract probably up like 15, 1600 right now. Where is it? Literally where it's sitting at. If it come all the way down here, they probably gonna be up 2, 3K. Yeah, that's right. Versus risking $200, $300, which it ain't. And you really ain't even risking 200, 300 because that ain't gonna be your whole contract. Cause like I said, you got it for the whole month. So they probably if they bought it for 300, they probably be down right here. They probably be down probably like 150, 120. So they only risk 120, $150 and potentially making 3K. So yeah. Well, it was one more. It was two more. We said, oh Lulu. I'm just gonna click on them because they right here on the side. Lulu, check out Lulu, y'all. The monthly, let's delete this because, like I said, this stuff probably a long time ago drawing. Remove drawing. It's only one drawing. The high, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. Ooh, same thing. Monthly, it kind of looking like it's doing what what's the name did? This potentially be that lower high. Supposed to get in a short or get in a short off of this red. Now, if it break that high, then okay, we know that it ain't what's her name? Now you know you supposed to first aim for the most recent low, so that 185 supposed to be your first target. So if you get in 198, 190, 185, So what's that? $13 drop. Supposed to be a first target. Now if we close below there, or if we, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gonna see it close below unless it's after the monthly. But if we can close below there, then your next target supposed to be all the way down here at 128. But that's what the monthly telling us though. Aim for that one. It's right here. Let's see. Oh, the earnings not till after the market. Okay, the earnings not till after the market. So this might be one we can potentially get ready to get in. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Then we made lower high. It's lower high, lower low. Potentially near the lower high if we make another lower low. Yeah, it look like it's setting up for them short. But gotta be careful. You gotta watch out for it though. You gotta be watching out. But it definitely look like it's setting up for them shorts. If you wanted to get in shorts now, you could have, because you could have got in right here at this 98 stop loss. Your stop loss would be literally at 203, the top of this red candle. First target supposed to be 95, but you really trying to look for that at 192. What's this ratio for this trade? Dang, boy, it must have made it extra wide because we drew it on the monthly. What's this ratio? Okay, 131. I kind of like that the pre-market pushing up. I kind of like that, y'all. Cause now you kind of can, instead of you getting in at 198, you probably can get in this one. I mean, it's 200. We want to see, but you gotta see a red candle come before taking this high, or before taking 202. If it come, if we don't see no red and we take this high, wait a second. Wait until box start shift. But we see a red before taking it high, then yeah, you getting them short. Said your stop loss at the 203. That's probably a game plan I'm looking for if I want to take Lulu. I might play the earnings, y'all. We might play the earnings. But you never know when it comes to dang earnings. The earnings can make it just shoot straight up, change the whole narrative. But GitLab already revealed this hand. It already shown you that it's trying to go short. That's it. So we got Lulu, and then we said C3 AI. I don't even know what's the ticker symbol for it. Oh, here we go. Well, let me check this chart out, and then we're gonna call it a night. Or call it a morning, whatever you want to call it. Wait, hold up. They earnings came out. Was it C3 AI we was talking about? Lulu, oh, it's Broadcom. C3 AI was supposed to be before. Okay. My bad, my bad, my bad. I go to monthly. Dang. Golly. C3 AI didn't even give you a chance. They didn't even give you a chance. It just gave you that green. So if you can't even be mad not being able to catch them short. Because yes, it did what? It made high. Then it made what? A lower high right there. Once we made this low. Lower high, lower low, lower high again because we made another lower low. That first green counter, okay, we probably should make another lower high, right? But I'm supposed to wait on what? The first red. Boy, they already got down. They already got down. You ain't even get your red count. So it's already gonna make that lower low before you even got to get your red count. So you can't even be mad at that. So we ain't studying them. They did what they did. Broadcom. What's Broadcom? AVGO. Oh, I got them on my what's name? I don't think I traded them one time. One time. And they just now got to whatever target I had. That's crazy. Broadcom just gone, y'all. I wonder when I drew. I wish they showed me what time of day I drew this. Let me see. They don't tell you what day you drew it on. I wonder when I drew this. I think I probably drew it back here somewhere. April. Yeah, it might have been around April when I drew it. I don't know. I think it was around April when I drew it. Cause if I put a green line up there, it only got to be after a green candle came. And I do know I added Broadcom, but it was months ago. Um, I think that what it was. I think I drew it in April. But literally, that mother did straight up to the moon. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That was dang. Broadcom was at 180. This going at 300. Mm, mm, mm. Crazy. Let's see what we think the earnings gonna do. Let's see. So the monthly, we wicked above the high, failed to close above it. So we supposed to have some type of pullback. Don't mean the pullback gotta be stronger. It looked like we came down a little bit. So maybe that could have been the pullback. But like I said, it's still green, so green still tell us we're still looking for a high. Weekly. Let's see what the weekly did. Weekly. Our high was this. Its low is 281.61. Its low is 281.8. Okay, so our high low is potentially could be what? A higher low. Alright. So let's mark that. Well dang, it's the weekly. I don't really want to mark it on weekly. Yeah, we ain't gonna mark it on weekly. But this potentially could be the higher low, because this is the last low that we had. We got that first green. Honestly, after that first green week, you're supposed to go long. So really, we were supposed to go long at the beginning of this week. Because you're supposed to aim for that high and set your stop loss at this bottom of that week. Ooh, I just thought about that. Supposed to aim for that high. But this is the weekly though. Weekly can take a little longer to play out. Daily. That's where we need to be at. Daily. So actually we can mark that weekly low because we're not expecting it to come below here at that 281.87. So we're gonna mark that weekly. Y'all know it's purple. This is type weekly low. Alright. Come on, don't be bringing up no news right now. Daily. Okay, here we go. This is where we begin in at. Okay. We made higher high. Then we end up making what? Lower low. Lower low. Then we made a higher high. Okay, we made a higher high. Then we made a low. This potentially could be our new higher low. Potentially could be our new higher low to make this higher high. Might see retail then go. Honestly, after they had made this first green, you were supposed to get in, but it's fine. Still ain't made no red. So this is what we trying to see. Hold up. This is the level we want to see. Hold up. But it ain't completely solidified yet until we take this high. We gotta come take this high. Gotta come take this high before coming back down here. Gotta take that high. But that don't mean it gotta go straight and take the high. It can really consolidate. It can come close, then go higher. That's the thing I hate, man. Cause this level all the way down here. This level all the way down here. Yes, that's your target up there. Getting in right here is not the best option on the daily. But we can go on it. This how you do this though. I'm gonna teach y'all something. So whenever you looking at the daily, say you like you know for a fact this supposed to be your target, and we already moving there, and we more than halfway there, and your low is all the way down here, right? Or your level that ain't supposed to be all the way down here. All you gotta do is just go to that lower time frame and find your can't beat levels on here, cause now it's gonna shorten that stop loss. So like we made higher high right here, made that low, Made our higher high. We did make a lower low, so boom, start back over. Higher high, low, higher high. Okay, well this is it right here. This the level you can't let it come below for sure. All right, that's the level it can't come below for sure. This one, okay, it's potentially supposed to be like not solid. This the solidified level here. But this is like a softer solidify. So you remember when I told y'all we got the light reds? It's that light red. So you kind of don't want to see it go below here. All right. So then now all you got to do, boom, look for potential entries above this level. So kind of like how we normally do, but now you're just doing it on a lower time frame. So looking for entries above this pink level if you can. So that's a potential entry. We can come retest that. It look like we at the top of this fair value gap right here. I'm not gonna mark that big old gap. If we can close past it, that'll be a breakout. Possibly can be break and retest of that. Oh, my bad. Possibly can do a break, retest of that to come to this high first and see what we do. If it closed past it, also can not do the break and retest. It can just go straight up to this next high. So honestly, a close above this level is 305. An hourly close above, I say potentially just get in the long. Crossing up. Crossing up. I would like to see, I'll say this though. I would like to see, you might not see it on the hourly. You might have to go to a lower time frame, but I'd like to see some type of red be underneath it, underneath this hourly candle. I mean, this hourly level, just so I can use that as a stop loss. So, say if I go to the 15. So, once the hourly close, the hourly got to close above first. Once the hourly close above, I will go down to like the 15. Okay, here we go. We got some red. So a higher low that's somewhere underneath here, it will be my stop loss. So say once we close above here, say if this the last higher low we had, this is gonna be my stop loss. And I'm aiming for this first high right here at 308. Now if we can just push straight past 308, then and close past and just keep going, and y'all know, dang, well this target right here, it won't close. But after it closed past this one, and if we keep going, the only target we got is at 310. I like Broadcom, y'all. I hope them contracts don't cost too crazy, but I like it. I'm gonna go check them out. Once the market open. Like I said, hourly candle close above there, look nice. All right. Dang man, come on up to the top. Well, forget it. We're gonna leave it right there. Well, all right, y'all. We're gonna end it right here. I'm gonna end it right here. Um, so y'all be safe. Y'all take good trades. And yeah, your boy Keith is out.